ready? Okay, let's go.
The 2006 Renault R26. What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Yes, we're back again for another round of the MRL F1 Classics League. We're here for round number 13 here at the German Grand Prix. Here's a reminder of the championship standings. So Defense leads the way over X Still, and you got Conrad there. Like I mentioned before, somehow we're in, I think, P5. So how we're in P5, I have absolutely no idea. But probably something I forgot to mention in the previous one for round number 12. You're probably wondering where round 11 was for the MRL F1 Classics League. Unfortunately, I was away for that weekend. I believe it was the 1995 Ferrari 412 T2 at Abu Dhabi. Yeah, unfortunately, I was away for work business, so hence why I couldn't take part in that round. I would have loved to, but yeah, that's just something to clear up anyway. But like I said, here in Germany in the 2006 championship winning Renault, which is pretty much another cool classic car to have in this game anyway. So as always, give you a little bit of a history lesson. And seriously, if you don't know this history lesson about this car, then you're definitely kidding yourself around here. So this car, designed by Bob Bell, who was obviously part of Renault at that time. This car debuted round 1 in 2006, which that year was called Bahrain for some unknown reason. Why the hell you would start the season in Bahrain, I have absolutely no idea, because Australia is pretty much the home of the opening round, but back then it was. So I think Australia was round 3 in that list anyway. But yeah, a bit of other history as well. We got there. Brought the last Constructors' Championship in recent history to Michelin, because this car actually ran on Michelin tyres, and there was quite a few others. It was obviously had one side which had the Bridgestone tyres, of course, which of course Ferrari and a few other teams had, and of course Renault and a few other teams that were on Michelin tyres. So it was definitely a battle of the tyre compounds throughout that whole season. And eventually, I think Bridgestone took over. I can't remember whether it was the 2007 or 2008, one of the two anyway, when they took the full ownership or something of the whole tyres. For the whole, everyone had to run the same tyre compound pretty much anyway. But that's for another day anyway. But this car is notable for its rock solid reliability, chassis-wise. The chassis that Fernando Alonso drove in 2006, which was the R26 03. It started all the races of 2006 without the need to be replaced. Now that's a rarity, because drivers apparently usually go through multiple chassis in a season, but not the case for the one that Fernando used in that season anyway. But also led them more laps and won more races than any single chassis in 2006, in addition to winning the World Championship. There was a little bit of controversy along the way as well in 2006, but as you can see now, for the moment, we're back into the pit lane to put on another set of the dry tyres, pretty much anyway. So here's a replay on board with DRC Jared. Now, obviously, it's a welcome return for Jared, who's obviously, he did cop a league ban, or not a league ban, but a race ban a while back. I think it was back in Russia, so I won't delve into what was going on there, but he did ask whether he was allowed to race.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:15.2.
It's my fastest lap, as you just heard then. So he did question whether he was allowed to race, which the MRL admin agreed to, that he was okay to race or whatnot, because he had served his race ban. So that's why he's back in for this round anyway. But yeah, like I mentioned, the controversy, because this Renault car apparently used the turn mass damper. Now you probably want to go and look that up yourself, or what that was, because when I read all that info up, I thought there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to sort of what's the wording? Pack it down into like the simple words for everyone because it's just so complicated anyway. But that whole thing that it was designed by the Renault engineer Rob Marshall. Apparently it was raced for the last few races of 2005, and back then it was deemed legal by the stewards. And of course, Renault did build a comfortable points lead over Ferrari in the first half of 2006, but by Germany, the FIA decided to ban it, which was, you could say, Renault say was probably a little bit hurtful of them because it did cost them a little bit. I think they said what was the 0.3 of a second. As you can see, Jared has actually left the session. He did disconnect. He was having a few dramas with his router, I think. So I think the same could be said for Sato, who's having internet dramas as well. But yeah, ignore what you saw there. I'm just trying to re-invite Jared back into this round anyway. But the ban definitely hurt Renault because it is clearly visible because Ferrari won the last 5 of the last 7 races of the season. But wow, I think that's how TPR Edge actually retired out of the qualifying session. Not sure whether he actually hit the back of Benny and then crashed out, or whether he hit the inside wall out of the pit lane, and which is quite easy to do around Germany anyway. But yeah, obviously, like I mentioned, the ban hurt Renault, which is clearly visible because Ferrari won the last 5 of the last 7 races. Now, of course, did mention one of the drivers already who drove the car, which was Fernando Alonso, and the other one was the Italian maestro Giancarlo Fisichella, who drove 18 races, this car, for 8 wins, 7 poles, 5 fastest laps, and from what I could tell, 18 podiums. Now, out of those 8 wins, Fernando had 7 of them, Giancarlo had 1. Out of the poles, Fernando had 6, Giancarlo had 1. Fernando had 13 podiums to Giancarlo's 5. Both had a couple of DNFs the whole season as well, and Fernando won the Drivers' Championship as well. He was battling hard with Michael Schumacher. Of course, that was Schumacher's first retirement, you can say, before he returned back in 2010 with Mercedes. But, and of course, Renault did get the Constructors' Championship as well. But yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of history lesson of this Renault, the 2006 Renault. But sticking on board here because we are actually on my fastest lap of qualifying. I'm going to leave actually the last 2 laps actually of this the qualifying session. This one was actually the fastest, but you'll be able to see how close the second one was to probably improving as well, as that's one of the cars getting out of the road there. We are currently in P11, so must say I was probably a little bit shocked to be this far down in the grid, because I thought maybe I probably didn't have a lot of practice going in this one again, so it's probably hurting me a little bit. But you probably saw earlier on in the quality session as well, I did invalidate my lap times a few times on the exit of turn 11 there, going into the Mercedes grandstand. But yeah, thankfully in the fastest laps I managed to get away with this. Jared has actually rejoined. But here we go, across the line now, as we said. Where is in the qualifying section here? 1:15, 1:26, which actually still remains P11, funnily enough. So I was literally, I thought it would have decent pace, but obviously not the case anyway. But still continuing on, obviously, on the second flying lap here to see whether I could go any quicker or not. Well, we were going a bit quicker. What were we, about up by 0.088? So there's a few guys retiring. Probably a little bit wide coming out of turn 6 there, but at the hairpin. Now going through into turn 7, as into turn 8. This might be the Mercedes grandstand there, my apologies, but I always get that mixed up there. The other bit there, around the turn 12 there, is where Sebastian Vettel crashed in real life at the 2018 German Grand Prix, just here, right going through here now. So you see, I lost my delta along the way as well, so I don't know what on earth's going on there, but running very wide there. I was literally pushing this car to the limit because I was so close in sector 2 that probably cost me a little bit there as we come across the line, and we go about 7/100 slower than what we did anyway. But see on the bottom graphic there, Penske got a 5 place grid penalty there for collision with H.O. and looks like they've had a little bit of a drama in the gravel there. Both of them don't exactly actually know what on earth occurred there, but just all very weird there. Anyway, as Michi actually goes to the top there with the fast lap there, as that's on board with Blaggy, just doing, looks like showing off to the crowd there, but it looks at things as I think mostly everybody's finishing off their fast laps anyway. That was H.O. crossing the line, and I think Blaggy's waiting for people to go by. And literally showing off to the German crowd here what he can do in this Renault car. Just obviously not too bad for burnouts, but anyway, he does get going again and continuing on. But
and I'm stunning. Yep. Funny enough, that crash was off the track. Oh, and Nacho's crashed into me off track as well.
So this is on board actually.
Terrible exit.
With Michi's point of view, as you can probably hear.
I think I fucked it.
No, you didn't fuck it, Michi, because you literally got pole position there. Apologies for the language there, but yeah, Michi's footage will contain the party chat, but not with my voice because I forgot to include it, didn't I? But anyway, Michi does get pole with a 1:14.072. Jimchar on P2, Jared in P3. You can see we're P11. We probably will rise up a spot, I think, because of both H.O. and Penske getting 5-place grid penalties. And you can see their VFens championship leaders hadn't even set a lap time, which is probably a little bit confusing, not going to lie, but probably trying something a little bit different and trying to stay out of the chaos of turn 1, because it is chaotic in the turn 1. Race strategy, fine conditions, one stop, pretty simple really. Let's get straight into it. It's round 13 here at the MRL F1 Classics. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Hockenheim, and literally was so ginger to get off the line there, and I didn't know how much revs to get this car going, but H.O. got a ripping start there off the line anyway, but currently battling away there a little bit there with Calbo. Trying to have a little look at the inside here as we lock up the brakes and we slanted to the side of Owens. Mitchie's been turned around, so the pole sitter's going to drop all the way to the back of the grid, so something's happened up the front there. Literally going nearly 3 wide there from some of the cars behind. Going literally side by side with V-Fence, I think it was. But probably maybe should have covered up the inside into the hairpin, but left him plenty of room there, and up the inside he goes. And that's Fence up into P8, who's already started at the rear of the grid, mind you, up from 17th, but he's up to P8 already. And we haven't even completed the first lap. A little bit of a look here. Going into the Mercedes grandstand, there's chaos going on here. What's going on? There's cars literally going every which way. Benny's going everywhere.
That's a decent start.
Neon's going everywhere. We have a look on the inside here of Benny into turn 11. There's Neon off the road there. He's getting a lot of gravel. Literally cars right, left and center here. So, oh no, we've been tagged. And we've been spun and nearly got taken, caught up in another car there. Couldn't actually see who it was, but literally had to wait for everybody to go through and get back onto the track. And now we're dead last. So yeah, things are going pretty well at the moment. So now the fight back begins. Last and first challenge. I think I did mention it probably a lot to. In the party chat, that's actually Owens into the pit, and that's my first quarter cut of the Grand Prix anyway. But yeah, I have to skip ahead now to a couple of laps because nothing happened from my point of view here. So we're on lap 5 now. We're starting to catch up here to TPR Edge. He's going through turn 1 there. Didn't look great through turn 1 for him, but they're coming through into turns 2, 3. Sort of setting him up here a little bit to try and get a bit of drive here. Look at the drive here on this Renault car that we have. And we get this move done pretty easily here, though. Edge is probably going to stick in the slipstream here. This time I'm actually going to cover the inside line here so he doesn't go back up the inside here. To brake really late there, just so it doesn't get the crisscross on me. But thankfully we get the move done and we get back up into P15.
5 lights.
Gonna watch the replays here from Mitchie's point of view.
Nice.
You probably hear.
Edge isn't even left the grid.
Oh, Chimchar got the move done on Mitchie there, and you'll be hearing a lot of groaning from Mitchie, and Jared actually got by as well. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it's contact twice. And around Mitchie goes. You can probably tell who it was that was to blame there. I think Neon Torito's name was popped up in there.
No, you're good.
So,
yeah,
I did actually, like I said, I didn't actually include my audio in that, so I was actually apologising to Owens for that incident, which I thought I caused. So this was all everything that was going on there between these guys, and I think I already got. Oh no, this was me getting up the inside of Benny, and there goes Neon off into the gravel there, which is never a good sign here. So, then he gets a tag, and then obviously slams into me. So he got a tag from somebody else. I wonder who that would be. He's on board with Sato off the line. You see, like I mentioned, Ho's start was pretty incredible there. How he got this car off the line, I've literally no idea, because quite tricky to get these cars off the line compared to, well, the real life cars, F1 2018 cars especially. There goes Fens up the inside there. So this is probably where he made a lot of his spots. Cheekily, you probably could say, because there's probably yellow flags right left and centre. Probably, maybe some of them could have been illegal. I don't actually know, but these guys going, who's that? There's Penske in front there, Calbo there, nearly going 3 wide, going into the hairpin. That was literally close to nearly tagging me, I think, but Sato thankfully gets the move done on that Penske there, but now going through turn 11. So it's a little bit held up there from Benny. I think it was actually Penske. I think he did actually mention that in the party chat, that it may not have been Benny that caused it. It may have actually been him. So that might explain a lot why myself and Benny are at the back of the grid. Anyway, so anyway, there's a replay on board with Fens. Compared to Lockie, I mean, yeah, it's pretty even, but somehow got better drive, especially. You feel like the engine's sort of dying, but it's not. But it's just going to be Fens just scooting his way through the field here. There's me contact with Owens, getting through all this chaos. Probably say a little bit cheeky on that move. I think it was with Calbo. So now, obviously, literally going side by side here. This one of these long back straights through Parabolica. Now up into the hairpin here. It's a very tight hairpin. And obviously got the move done on myself. Now obviously chasing after the Kiwi of Benny up the road here. You see all this chaos that's going on in front here. There's a little bit of banging of wheels between, and there's plenty of banging of wheels. Literally, look at this. Fence threading the needle. Literally. And that's put him straight up into P5. And
bring it on, Roscoe. Okay.
Yeah, that was just probably me telling Owens for trying to do a last to first challenge. So here's Mitchie trying to recover. Oh, it was a bit close there for Benny, nearly cutting him off.
Behind you guys.
Mitchie there. Like I said, you will be hearing a lot of the party chat. I may probably leave you with the party chat for some of this footage, but not necessarily all of it. Here's Mitchie going around the outside.
Turn across me.
There we go.
Oh, hey, Mitchie.
Crisscross. Can't quite get the drive by the looks of things. Is he going to have a look here under the Mercedes-Benz grandstand? Not quite. He gets a good run out of here. He should be good.
Wasn't Neon off
in turn 10. He's now coming up into turn 11. Lets him go here. Oh, Benny going, put a little bit off there. That was very close there between those guys as he runs very wide. Does Benny through that turn 12? Not really can do much there, can Mitchie, but
God.
just managing to hang on for now. There's a penalty there for Mitchie. Literally trying to do everything he can to get by Benny. I think I'm not sure whether we're still with regular corner cutting, but even with this regular corner cutting, it still gets picked up that you definitely cut the corner there. So now here we go again with Mitchie trying to take 2 on Benny. This time he's on the inside line here, and a bit of battling going on the front there. A bit of banging of wheels, literally getting a bit close for cover there, and Mitchie decides to let Benny go there. Everybody a little bit surprised he didn't put up a bit more of a fight, but Benny runs very wide through the Mercedes grandstand. Oh, it's literally close, being pushed off the road, literally.
Please kill him.
He finally got the move, yes, finally. So please don't get offended by what's said in the party chat, because there was a lot of crap that was going down down anyway in the party chat. There's that around the outside now. TPR Edge into turn 2. Just giving each other enough room. But now he possibly could be on the back foot here. There goes Benny. All that is for 13th place, mind you. 13, 14, 15. Now Benny got the good run here. Might not last long here.
Shut up.
Contact. Just telling Penske to shut up, literally, because he's in a battle, I think. Now these guys are going to go side by side. Literally.
07 Ferrari.
Up the inside. Going to give him a little shove, and I think he's finally got it done. And now back up into P13.
Whatever track that is.
Yeah, it's probably Penske wondering where on earth we're going to next. That's Lockie running a bit wide. Coming through, I think, turn 11 there. So, Mitchie, you'll probably be looking at the usual spot. Oh, there's a bit of a lock break for Lockie there, but can't quite get it done there.
Before Mitchie's disqualified lap 5.
It is lap 5.
Exactly.
Well, he hasn't been disqualified yet anyway, put it that way. So, here we go, around the outside again.
Let me play.
Going to go around the long way.
Not easy to get past
here of Lockie, and yeah, it's done. Literally, Lockie doesn't really put much of a fight. Then he gets that move done up into P12. So he's literally on a bit of a comeback here. Oh, there's a bit of a laggy one with Bingham. That's Conrod straight, mind you. The legendary Steve Bingham. Now, his internet's been sort of playing up a little bit as well. I don't know what's going on. That's definitely a corner cut there. I'm sorry, Mitchie, but that was definitely a corner cut.
That was unfair.
Please don't kill me in the comment section.
Bitch, you wouldn't do that for me.
It's now trying to do his little bit of a slingshot move that he's been doing the last couple of laps.
Entry, or exit, I mean.
He's trying to get this slipstream here. Mitchie on Conrod. So get him up into P11. There's a bit of a group a bit further up the road.
Steve
Bingham. Very late.
Steve Bingham.
Not quite. Literally going to go side by side here again.
Oh my God, Edge must be shit.
Yeah, no, going to back out of this one. Oh, Conrod.
Wait, you just realised that?
Going around the outside.
Owens, you better get used to that in AOR. But once you'll be passing a Ferrari.
Oh my God, I'm just caught it again.
Yeah, you literally are, Mitchie. I'm sorry, but you literally are.
Turn around lap 1.
Oh, gravel. That's never a good thing to be on the gravel. This is definitely not helping Mitchie's cause at all, because especially trying to get past as quickly as possible, but the lag is definitely not helping. Looked a bit close coming into the final corner there onto the front straight.
Mitchie is currently...
But we're going to get away from that now and get back to my point of view here, because we now got our first time penalty there. So probably had a good view of what was going on in front here, because Conrod's still lagging all over the place here, and there's a few other cars joining this battle. So Lockie's there as well, Benny's there. Now it's showing Conrod obviously red Xing, but you will see it probably a number of times that Conrod will actually go back to where his normal position is. So there's a little bit of ghosting as well on between Conrod and Mitchie. I think there's a little bit of contact with Lockie and Conrod, but again, it probably looks like he's red Xing as Lockie runs a little bit wide, but he'll pop up a bit further up the road. There he is. So it's back again in this battle with Mitchie and Conrod. Now, obviously, as well, Lockie and Benny as well, which I'm starting to catch. So where are we? P15 in this race. It's only lap 8. About to start lap 9 now here at Hockenheim. Just still going on between those two in front. So literally I had a bird's eye view sort of at this point of time. I probably would have left maybe Mitchie's point of view. Oh, Lockie going for a big move up the inside here. Oh, Benny, never mind what I just was going to say, but now these two are literally going to go side by side, just like Conrad and Mitchie. I think are nearly going to go side by side again. Lockie doesn't quite have the straight line speed, but looks at it up the inside. We go around the long way here, which is never ideal, but can't quite get the drive as those two are way in front. Are still going battling away here. I swear they'll literally go the entire race without going side by side, but still going between these two. Mitchie got this move done? I don't even know. Between him and Conrad, I don't think he might have done it. I think he may have done it now, actually. So now still chases Lockie as a look up the inside there. Benny gets caught on the curb, and that's him spun around. So there you go. There's one spot we need. Now we're going to chase after the Kiwi in Benny. He's running very wide there. Coming out of the final couple of corners there, but that was fully hectic. There's a replay on board with Lockie, so that was obviously the first part of it, going up the inside of the Red X Conrad. You'll see he goes back up in front of Mitchie there. Now, guaranteed this will be another Red X, so there he goes. There's, like I said, there's a little bit of ghosting there between Mitchie and Conrad, and they're still going, and a little bit of contact between Lockie and Conrad as well. I don't know whether Lockie's got front wing damage or not, but he obviously lost a spot to Benny, probably lost a bit of momentum as well. And now we cut to the next lap. You can see a little look on Benny, but like I mentioned, the curbs on this game are so deadly, especially around there. You just want to avoid them, and fortunately, Lockie didn't, and he's just lost a spot anyway. So hit our fourth corner cut warning now. There's I don't know what we're doing there with the menu. So now there's a battle going on in front here with Benny and I think Conrad. Literally going side by side. There's a little bit of contact, so this may help me out a hell of a lot here on lap 11. We go. We keep getting this slipstream here with these guys. We can probably catch these guys as quick as possible, but these guys have probably got a little bit more straight line speed than me, as you can probably tell. Although I was running low on wings, so I don't understand why, but of course it's a different car compared to the 2006 compared to 2018, so it's quite a bit of a difference anyway, but again, still going side by side. I think Benny's now finally got the move done. And now up into P12 for him. Now we're going to chase after Conrad as he has a little look at the inside there of Benny. But no can do, sir. So to settle back into a rhythm here now. We're trying to catch after him. There's a little bit of wide there, probably a little bit of dirty air. I think we followed Benny there. Conrad was closer to gravel. I don't think he got it, but no, I know definitely me, and I think Benny as well probably got in the gravel. So see, these two are fighting their way here. It's really allowing me to catch up to these two quickly. We begin now lap 12. We get a good run through turn 1. It's running very wide there. Probably Conrad the same. We've got a fifth cut, I think, for the race. I'll probably lose how many cuts I've done throughout this whole race. So anyway, again, trying to do a little bit of a slingshot, trying to do what Mitchie's been doing, obviously pretty similar. It's really right on the rev limit here with this slipstream here, so we're going to have a little bit of a look up the inside here at the hairpin. Lock up, leaving each other space. Just to see if we can get the drive out of here. Actually going side by side through here. Into the Mercedes Grandstand. Can we hang it around the outside here? Be difficult, not quite thought about keeping it in there, but no can do. And Conrad actually runs very wide there. We have another look here into turn 11. It's not quite there yet, but can we try turn 12? Up the inside we go. Again, leaving him the room there, but still go side by side. As now TPR Edge out of the Grand Prix. Try to put him off his line there a little bit, but no, he's really fighting on well. That's why he's the legendary Steve Bingham. He fights hard, doesn't he? Anyway, but lap 13, surely this will be the lap as we get another time penalty. So that's our second one. And up the inside we go here into turn 2. Give him a little bit of room there. Go as wide as you dare, and now we're finally cleared in here. But like previously with, who was it? Probably Benny, I'm not sure, but now we really have to come up the inside here in the hairpin, make sure he doesn't really get the crisscross, but squeeze him off a little bit there, probably a little bit cheeky, but Anyway, now we finally cleared Conrad. Now we probably have to try and chase after Benny. He's well and truly pulled away up the road there, so being held up behind Conrad was definitely not ideal, but you saw V fans at the fastest lap of the race. And now it's quite a big margin up ahead the road here, so we run very wide there. It's quite easy to do, running wide there through turning 11 there, but now cut a bit further on up the road here on lap 14. This is for position 8 in the race between Sato and Neon, and I think Sato's just let Neon go through there, so that's Neon up into 8th and Sato back into P9. Back we go again, running very wide, getting onto the gravel. That's not the first time, obviously, I've done that, but it won't be the last, I guarantee you. But again, back we go with Sato onto lap 15 here. So obviously, someone's into the pits. That might have been H. Neon has spun the car. It's quite easy. You can do that if you get on the. If you get the curves wrong around turn 1, you can easily spin the car and get yourself into the wall. So I think there may have been also HO possibly that came into the pits. I'm not too sure, but obviously that drama had happened in front there, and there's a very slowing Neon there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's got no bit of front wing damage there, as you see, just lets us go here, and you'll be able to see he has absolutely no front wing. So that's definitely not going to help his cause at all for the remainder of this race. But again, now trying to still, we're starting to slowly catch up to Benny now. We can actually see his car a bit more now, but again, getting a little bit of gravel there on the tyres, definitely not helping the cause. You can tell I was really pushing to sort of maybe try and recover or see what we could get this whole race anyway. But there's a few guys in the lane already. I think Michi came in. Dill obviously just came in as well, so that's his car just up the road. So got to try and quickly get past two Kiwis. Obviously Dill's on cold tyres, so his tyres will be warming up pretty soon. But of course he is well and truly a bit further up the road compared to me. It's not really close enough there, and that was a big mistake from me. How the hell I got the hairpin so wrong there. And, well, enough said really. I turned in way too early there. But anyway, here we go on board with Penske. This is his pit stop for another set of dry tyres on lap 17. I think this is he's a bit further up the road, obviously, compared to me, but this is him coming out of the pits. So who's that coming on the left? That's Dill. So he has to slot in behind the Kiwi. Like I said, there's plenty of Kiwis taking over this league as well. So we run very wide, coming through turn 12 there. You'd nearly say doing a Sebastian Vettel-like moment there, but Vettel's probably about time to come into the pits. Probably about half race distance as well, so probably about the right time anyway. So nicely slowed down there as someone else is actually in the lane. Possibly it's Benny, I could be wrong, but you see here the pit crew are not ready at all. I don't know what on earth happened there. But
exit now.
Someone else had come into the pits at the same time, whoever my teammate was with this round, because literally I have no idea who the hell my teammate is in these classified cars league. I hope that gets fixed for the next game anyway. So we've now lost a heap of ground to Benny anyway. So Neon is now out of the race. So I think he's crashed again from what I can see on the mini-map. At the same place he did earlier in the race as Jared actually set the fast lap of the race. Now back we go a bit further up the road with Sato. This is him coming into the pit lane. It's a little bit of gravel on his left front tyre, but it probably won't matter too much. He needs to slow down. Underneath, what I can't remember what the speed limit was, probably 80 k's an hour, but here you go. Nice, pretty simple stop there from the pit crew, and he's back again. So, and this is only a small one, but this is Chimcha, I think, getting past HO. Not really sure what happened there. I have no idea what the hell Penske was on about there, but there he goes, Mitchie up the inside of Calbo. And that is actually I was in front, so might be a little bit of chaos coming soon. Don't you worry.
Don't you dare, Calbo. I won't call you a legend anymore.
Was he even a legend before?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, a bit awkward there. I think that's probably mainly something to do with the F2 guys in AOR, so hence why there's stuff going on there. So don't know a lot there, but that was obviously another corner cut. There's
Again, consistent.
sorry,
so
Mitchie getting close again to Owens.
Yeah, broke a bit
Obviously,
early.
Owens had to cover on the inside there, but again, same lap. Sorry, next lap I should say.
The time penalty
Did the exact
for
same
that
thing
last
and get a
incident.
time penalty. So
That's got it.
as, this battle's going to continue on here, and I'll probably leave this one open here. Be warned, there is going to be some language.
Can you stop exceeding the track limits? Whoa, you cunt. You cunt. Fuck you. Fuck you.
5 seconds.
Brake checking bitch.
Fuck
Fuck you. No, you did it. Fuck you, you brake checking bitch.
Yeah, and those guys are better known as the Banter Boys, as well as you include DT 361X as well, who's obviously not taking part in the Classic Cars League, but yeah. Those two obviously having a bit of banter. That was definitely sort of a deliberate takeout there of Owens there. So that was obviously him obviously pulling off to the left there. So, and I can't remember who the other car was that may have got caught up in that. May have been Cowboy, I don't know, but someone else has got caught up in that drama as well. But now we're really closing up here to both Benny and the Calvo. So Benny has a little look up the inside here into the Mercedes grandstand area. Not quite can do there. Good driver. Where the hell are you going, Calvo? Running very wide there, and there goes Benny up the inside there. A little look going through turn 11, but can't really do anything. Try to do maybe a similar move to what we did a little bit earlier with Conrad, but yeah, just playing it safe for the moment anyway. So we probably will get this done pretty much soon, in the probably next couple of corners maybe, or even on the back straight. So lap 22 we go as
Get past him.
Mitchie's obviously come back into the lane, obviously because he's got front wing damage, so no surprise there. All this bit of lag there is we're going to go the long way here around the outside of Calbo. He leaves us the space, and we actually get the move done. So, well, I wasn't really expecting that one. So we're now actually into the points, but for how long? Who knows? As Calvo's going to go the long way around, we're going to make him go the long way around here. Get into the hairpin. Get him out wide, and there you go. That's now, I think, confirmed now up in the P10. As obviously you saw Jared setting another fast lap, so yeah, it really hasn't lost it since he's made a return to the Classic Cars League. As Sato running very wide, trying to catch up to Penske. That's not going to help his cause at all here.
So I'd shut the fuck up if I were you.
There's the Banter Boys still going on.
What's that? What are you talking about? This is differently. For the 3 people in the chat right now, you're getting quite a show.
Definitely, certainly was a show as he gets his front wing changed and a new set of tyres. So be sure to check out Mitchie's Twitch as well. It's Mitchie 950, but all in lowercase. Just make sure, and be sure to keep an eye out for all the Banter Boys videos as well, because there's certainly some entertaining between Mitchie, Owens, and of course DT. But back we go, focusing on this one for the moment. As we're now trying to, we're closing in a little bit here on Benny here. Can't remember actually if I did a front wing, not a front wing change, but a little tweak in the aero. But it may have certainly helped out a little bit here. So we can have a little look at the inside here. A little tight look to actually go into neutral there and actually bang into the side of Benny there. So I do apologise about that one to Benny, but we're literally going to go side by side there and still fighting away here. Going very deep through the Mercedes grandstand there. Had to watch out behind because obviously Calbo was there as well, but they get the move done. They get up into P9, albeit with probably a little bit of brute force, not going to lie, but yeah, that was definitely not an intentional takeout there, but not compared to what happened earlier. But you can tell nearly did what Lockie did earlier on in the race by getting on that curb at turn 12 and nearly losing the car there, because that would have
Gap to car in front is
literally screwed me.
18.9 seconds.
So obviously Sato is a bit further up the road there. He's probably going into the hairpin now as we speak. So Benny wasn't quite done. We're trying to catch back up to me here. So but thankfully I think we just managed to hang on for now. But now Benny was under attack from Calbo's. Mitchie's now out of the Grand Prix. So be surprised if there's something else has happened here. What's happened here, I wonder.
You pass in the front. Right. Finish straight. And I swear to God, if you run into the back of me, this is your fault.
Oh boy.
To be honest, if you'll see it from my view, you'll understand why I'm shitty at you. Saying it.
Ross,
So
what kind of truck are you at?
Is it like a Brazil season, whatever it was? I'm going to send this.
I'll probably lead the party chat in for this one.
Oh god, this going well.
Oh, you bitch!
Pulled it.
What was with that? I wasn't actually sending it.
Well, don't say it.
Okay,
I think this is another banter
That
race
was
episode
legitimately a
instead
lag
of an
thing.
MRL race.
No, that was a lag.
I can see this all happening on the map as well.
to replace that front wing. Box now.
It's nice
didn't
Hockenheim
touch
has
you.
a 1
There was
kilometer back
space between my
straight, so I can
tyres.
look on the map and see yellow flags going on around the track.
To be honest, I'll do this. If this was ALR, then I'd be fucked. But since it's a different league, we don't give a shit.
Are you going to box?
No!
Box, are you
No,
ready?
if you are, I'm going to box. I'm going to let H through, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's how Mitchie's race ended. So hopefully no one was offended by what was said in the party chat there, but
3.0.
that is what happens in the party chat anyway. But now, going a bit further on, it's actually the battle for the lead here with Fee Fens and DRC Jared. These two are literally close. Going into the Mercedes grandstand here as Fens goes up the inside here. Now Jared trying to go through the crisscross here, but well, he's going to try it, literally. He's obviously got to be careful because there's a bit, obviously the desync incidents are a big thing in this game. So now trying around the outside is Jared, but I don't think he got it done and has to settle back in. As that was probably where someone else crashed it, maybe
The gap is less than a
Mitchie.
second. The time last lap was a 1 minute 16.2. They have a time penalty of 9.0.
That was probably checking up the update on Sato, I believe it was. So, no, my mistake. It might be someone else that was off the road. But actually, Owens is now out of the Grand Prix as well. So,
17.5 seconds.
don't know exactly what happened there. Didn't really have the footage for that one either. So, can't really comment on that one. But anyway, fortunately, the Banter Boys Crusades come to an end.
The car in front is 17.5 seconds. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap. The time last lap was a 1:16.1. They have a time penalty of 12.0.
Just keeping an update on that one because obviously the gap was sort of slowly starting to come down between myself and Sato. As now Benny has actually left the session. I can confirm he actually disconnected, I believe, or yeah, something along those lines anyway. So that's why Cowboy is now in P10, but we're still in P9 and was trying to really chase after Sato here.
We've been awarded a time penalty.
Getting penalties like that
Finishing
is
time at the
not
end
going to
of
help
the
my
race.
cause here. So actually get two warnings there. Obviously one on the entry and one on the exit. So doing really well.
The gap behind us is 3.3 seconds. The time last lap was a 1 minute 15.6. They have a time penalty of 9.0.
That was an update on Cowboy, so he's got penalties as well. I can't remember exactly how many I've got, but let's have another update on Sato.
The car in front is 15.9 seconds. You're gaining by around 6/10 a lap. The time last lap was a 1:15.7. They have a time penalty of 15.0.
So he's obviously got another time penalty as well, so that's going to really help my cause. As now Lockie has actually left the session. The car Can't remember exactly what happened to him. He disconnected. It was in some different way. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, now on to lap 30 now. Actually setting a purple sector for one time there, which, well, not actually the fastest overall, but, you know, like having a purple sector time
The gap
there.
to the car ahead is 13.9 seconds.
That gap was slowly but surely starting to come down. I mean, yes, it's lap 30, I know, but it was probably still going to be a long shot to catch up to Sato anyway, but it was just probably a case of trying to build as big of a gap behind the Calvo, just to make sure we can get some points. But we actually set our personal best at, sorry, my fastest lap, 15.077 on the end of lap 30. Update.
Gap to the car in front is 13.7 seconds. You're gaining by around 6/10 a lap. The time last lap was a 1 minute 15.9. They have a time penalty of 18.0.
We've got another time penalty, so this is sort of really helping me out a little bit. And you can tell I'm really gaining a bit more speed as we get another time penalty, so that's not really going to help my cause. I've lost exactly how many penalties I've got throughout this whole race.
The gap to the car behind is 5.2 seconds. The time last lap was a 1:15.8. They have a time penalty of 12.0.
That's probably a bonus as well, because Calbo's got a lot of penalties as well, so it's probably a bit equal, you could say, but anyway, we're just really starting to push away here, try and get away as quick as we could, but there was a little change of position a bit further up the road here. Not exactly sure what was going on here, but that's actually Acho running a little bit wide there, and
Green flag.
Sato now has taken P7, so not really sure what on earth is going on there, but an update on Acho.
Okay, gap ahead is 8.0 seconds. You're closing in by 3 seconds a lap. The time last lap was a 1 minute 39.1. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
That's all very weird, that one. I don't know exactly what was going on, whether Acho probably burned up his tyres and doesn't have much left or something, I don't know. He did come in early, from memory, as we take the curb like Lockie did earlier in the race, and he was spun the car, so hopefully we didn't lose too much ground here, but you can see Calvo, as I run very wide there, he, probably a little bit put off by him, but anyway, it is what it is, so. And now Calvo takes P9 and we drop back to P10.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form. The time last lap was a 1:15.8. They have a time penalty of 12.0. This is your final lap of the race.
So now we're on the way home here, as actually Francis actually won the race, so you can tell how well and truly ahead he was, but Acho actually set the fastest lap of the race, so he must have got some pace out of nowhere there, so don't really know what was going on with him, but anyway, trying everything we could to catch up to Calvo, but no, couldn't really do it in the end, so yeah, I was pretty furious at the end, so I slammed the car into the wall there, so I think we managed to hang on to P10, as I think the car may have been Conrad behind it. You probably saw the yellow flags, but oh well, it is what it is anyway. It was certainly an entertaining race, so there's your podium getters on your screen right now. We will see the race results in a moment, as we get a nice little bit of XP there. Not quite ranking up to 29, but yeah, again, I don't really care about it too much. But there's the final results. So fans, DRC, Jared and Laggy, and you got Chimchar in 4th, Penske in 5th, Dylan 6th, Acho 7th, Sato, Calbo, and then you got myself, and then you got Conrad down in 11th, Benny in 12th. I can't remember if they actually came back into the lobby or not, but Lockie 14th. Then you got Owens, Mitchie, Neon, and TPR Edge that all retired from the Grand Prix. So there you go. And also, apologies, I forgot to actually get the championship table after this round. So I can guarantee you now it will be back for the next round in round 14 anyway. So I do apologise about that. And if I did say anything about the banter boys there to Mitchie and Owens, I seriously apologise. But it is what it is. Yeah, I probably said it. I probably can't take it back now anyway. But hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. As always, leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more MRL F1 Classics on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. All my social media links will be down in the description, plus the Motorsport Racing League website, as always. But till the next one, which will be the penultimate round of Season 1, which will be around Azerbaijan in the 2007 Ferrari, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.